Over 300 million people are living with viral hepatitis worldwide.
That's a lot of people.
Yes, a lot of people. Every minute, 3 people lose their lives to deaths related to viral hepatitis B or viral hepatitis C. The deaths caused by viral hepatitis alone surpasses that by tuberculosis and even HIV combined.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Med Corner, a captivating podcast dedicated to exploring the vast and ever-evolving world of health and medicine. I'm Dr. Habila Oxburg, and I'm here with my very good friend and colleague, Dr. Yahweh. And today we are going to be talking about viral hepatitis, what you need to know. Dr. Yahweh, I know you have a peaked interest in the liver and hepatitis. So why is this very important, and why do you do what you do?
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Oxby. So viral hepatitis is very, very important topic, and it's even more important because the World Hepatitis Day is July 28th. So it's important that on this day and every other day, we remind people about this global pandemic and how much of people it's affecting. Now, just to give like an overview that viral hepatitis, the deaths caused by viral hepatitis alone surpasses that by tuberculosis and even HIV combined together. So it may interest you to know, and every other person, that over 300 million people are living with viral hepatitis worldwide, particularly hepatitis B and C.
That's a lot of people.
Yes, a lot of people. And do you know that in 1 minute, at least 3 people lose their lives every minute?
Wow.
Yes, that's every minute 3 people lose their lives to deaths related to viral hepatitis B or viral hepatitis C. So it means usually our podcasts lasts for 20 minutes or let's say 10 minutes. So it means if 3 people are dying every minute, and in 20 minutes, at the end of this podcast, in 10 minutes, how many people would have gone? Do the maths, 3 people every 1 minute. And if this podcast is going to last for 10 minutes, how many people would...
Wow, that's 30 people in 10 minutes.
Yes, you're putting your maths into use now. So, some maybe say, all these statistics doesn't have anything to do with me since I'm in Nigeria. But even as Nigerians, even in Nigeria, now in Nigeria, at least 30 million people are living with viral hepatitis B or C. And statistics by World Hepatitis Alliance states that 9 in 10 people who are living with it do not know that they are living with it.
Wow.
So it means...
That's a lot of people living in ignorance.
Exactly. So that's even one of the scariest things about it, is that people are living in ignorance. People going about their daily activities without being aware that this is it. So it means by the time they get involved in activities that could foster the transmission, they keep on transmitting it to everybody. So it's a very, very important. It's a very important topic that everyone is supposed to pay attention to, and just get the right information so as to prevent transmission.
It's a very significant disease.
Yes.
So I'm talking about the types.
Yes. Before that, I remember that there's a second part about why I do the things. So So it's, for me, it's more or less my professional and then personal experiences. Studying in school, medical school, where I studied, there's something that I observed, that by the time we went into the medical ward, half of the cases in the medical ward were related to liver diseases, most of which were from viral hepatitis B or C. So you can imagine that there are 20 cases in the medical ward, and 10 of them are related to the liver. It's an important thing. And from the personal experience, I have lost very two close people to these things. One, a family member who was very young. And then another, one of our teachers in school, a doctor of physiology, doctor of medicine, I think. So it went as far as saying that whoever is exposed to it, whether you're young or even a doctor, it's not afraid of you. As long as you're exposed to it, it can strike.
As long as you have a liver.
Yes, as long as you have a liver, it can strike. So this is why we do what we're doing, and just to let people know about this.
So can we talk about the types now?
Okay, there are a lot of viral hepatitis. So just to clarify, hepatitis simply means inflammation of the liver. Inflammation of the liver. That's what hepatitis means. Everybody has a liver. A liver is one of the largest. It is the largest internal organ of the body, found around the right upper part of our abdomen. So any inflammation of the liver is called hepatitis.
And today, majorly, we are talking about just
viral
viral, but
hepatitis.
there are
So it
other things
means-
that can cause it
yes,
too.
exactly.
Both the organisms and then the non-organic things that could cause it.
Yes. So just as you said, we're talking about the viruses today, and for the viruses, we have A to E majorly. There are more than that. A to E majorly, and the ones that are of importance to us are hepatitis B, particularly, and hepatitis C. And this is because these are the most deadliest amongst all the other viral hepatitis. Because of time, we'll not be able to go into the other ones, I'm sure. But hepatitis B and C are the deadliest ones because they can cause, progress into chronicity, and they are the ones that can cause cancers, they can cause liver cirrhosis, the ones that can be transmitted. So these are the-
how this hepatitis B and C, how are they transmitted?
So for the transmission, we would divide it into two, vertical and horizontal transmission. Vertical is a line going from up to down, and horizontal is a line going from left to right. I'm sure you remember this. Okay, so for vertical transmission, that's where we talk about transmission from a mother to her child.
I mean, since it's vertical and she's giving birth to the baby like this.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
During childbirth, mother to the child, during that process. So some mothers, unfortunately, more than life, they give their children some other things. Hepatitis can be one of them. So that's examples of vertical transmission. Apart from that, even during blood transfusion, some people have one or two issues that they may require that they get transfused with blood. So if you get transfused with blood that is is infected with hepatitis B or C, and they give you that blood, you
definitely come down with it.
So these are like major vertical transmission, and then horizontal transmission has to do with unprotected or unsafe sexual intercourse with somebody who is infected. That's why we always preach safe sex, abstinence, then safe sex.
Yeah.
So it's very, very, very important.
Very important.
Very
Cannot
important
be
cause
overemphasized.
of transmission of viral hepatitis. Apart from that. Sharing of sharp objects, very important cause also. Use of clippers, razor blades. Heard that some people even do blood covenants these days.
And I mean, IV drug users too.
Yes, IV drug, very important. IV drug users, people that share needles.
Yeah.
Someone else injects himself, you collect it, you inject yourself too. Can get transmitted through that. So there are a lot of different ways that it can be transmitted. Sharing of I don't know if we talk sharing of toothbrushes and all of that. The probability reduces with that, but it's not
still
impossible.
possible, yeah.
It's not impossible. Yes, it's still very possible. Sharing of I've somewhere heard people ask that kissing. Can people get this through kissing? So can people get it through kissing?
You tell me.
So while I was in school, particular specialist in this field, when we asked, this was our response that you might need to swallow up to 20 liters of saliva that is infected with hepatitis B or C to get it through saliva, through that.
So it's not impossible.
Yeah, it's not impossible. There's no yes or no straight answer to this, but she just say it's not impossible, but the probability is very low. Now, but apart from that, also during kissing and all of that, if this one situation that it can make it even more possible. If the person has a cut in his mouth, you also have a cut in your mouth. I know that process can be a whole rigorous, and you know how it is. So people
two exposed surfaces coming
two
together.
exposed surfaces. that happens. So it can get they can get it through that means.
So when someone comes down with hepatitis, a lot of times in the hospital, these people come at the late stages when the symptoms are so glaring, when they've gone so down the road that their symptoms are very severe. But the initial stages, I mean, there should be things that people would be able to see that would point that this person has hepatitis.
Yes,
right?
yes, very, very important. Just as you said, especially in this region, people like to present very late. But these are some symptoms that you should watch out for. The first thing you have to know is that there might be no symptom. You can have hepatitis and you would not have any symptoms.
Just they're distributing it to other people.
And that's what we call asymptomatic in medical parlance. So you may be asymptomatic, and that's why it's important to carry these tests. But apart from that, some symptoms may be unspecific, meaning you're just having headaches, you're having fever, you're having malaise, that feeling of unwellness. Those ones are unspecific because malaria can give you that, enteric fever can give you that, a whole lot can give you that. But hepatitis can also give you that. So some more specific symptoms will include yellowness of eyes. You see some people's sclera becomes yellow. Even the skin, you can see it becomes yellow. You see their tummy become bigger, becomes enlarged. So they're having distended abdomen. Those are more specific symptoms. And then so you can have some bleeding disorders. You find out that some people, once they have little cuts, they can't stop bleeding if they don't go do. Before the bleeding stops, it's after a lot of minutes. So those can also point. So there are a lot of also specific symptoms.
And sometimes a lot of people start having other illnesses because their immune system have dropped.
Exactly. So people should just watch out for all of this. Now, this can progress and then get to the complicated stages. That's where someone comes down with liver cirrhosis, liver cancer, portal hypertension, and even death. So it's a big issue, guys. So people should do something about it. That's why we're doing it. People should not just sit in their houses. Should get tested, get their families tested.
And I guess the best way to do this, to go about this, is to prevent it. And the best way to prevent it is to get the vaccine. That's if you have been screened and you actually don't have it. The best thing to do is to get your vaccine. You get your vaccine and you are protected for life, except at times where you need booster doses for the hepatitis B.
Hepatitis B, yeah. So hepatitis B is the one that has the vaccine.
Hepatitis C doesn't have a vaccine, but there are treatment modalities for that.
Yes, effective treatments for it. So,
and another prevention is abstinence. If it's not abstinence, safe sexual practices. We've been talking about this over and over again. Staying protected while having intercourse is very, very important.
Yeah, and then by protected, we mean barrier methods, because people get more bothered about pregnancy than even than even the sexually transmitted diseases. So pregnancy
should be the least of your worries.
List of the problems. So when we talk about safe sexual practices, it's barrier methods is on the top of the list for us. And by barrier methods, we mean condoms, diaphragms,
and so on.
Even though I think that's just about the ones I know. So it's guys, prevention is better than cure.
We've been saying this.
It cannot be outdated. This balance, it cannot be outdated.
Yeah.
So prevention is better than cure. It may sound cliched, but in practice, it's not cliched, guys. So
liver specialist, is that your conclusion, or you want to say something?
I'm not a liver specialist.
Not yet.
Not yet. At least. So guys, I mean, we cannot overemphasize this. Practice safe living. Practice safe living. Get tested. Get your family tested. Remember, these statistics were ringing and singing at the beginning of this. Those statistics will come alive when it is someone close to you who is affected. The statistics will not be amongst the numbers again. It will become a human being to you. So you don't have to wait till that time. Get tested, get vaccinated, get every one of your loved ones also involved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. See you in the next episode.
And drop your questions and comment in the comment section. We'll answer them in our next episode. Thank you.